Hello everyone and welcome to lecture 5, which is entitled Themes Part 1. This is Mushtaq Abdul Halim Muhammad from Al Iraqi University College of Arts, Department of English. What are the contents? Religion, honor and revenge. Appearance versus reality. Well, let's begin with the first theme, or to be specific, themes, because religion, honor, and revenge are regarded as individual separate themes. However, they are treated here as interrelated themes. Every society is defined by its codes of conduct. What does it mean, codes of conduct? The rules by which someone acts or behaves, or its rules about how to act and behave. The word conduct means attitude, behavior. There are many scenes in Hamlet, the play of course, when one person tells another how to act. For example, Claudius lectures Hamlet on the proper show of grief. So we have seen Claudius talks to Hamlet about the latter sadness or grief. We have also seen Polonius advises Laertes, his son, on practical rules for getting by at university in France. We have already taken a quotation in which a kind of tips, okay, from the father Polonius to his own son. These tips included how to behave, how to treat people, how to deal with some problems, etc. And finally, Hamlet constantly lectures himself on what he should be doing. So in many soliloquies, in Hamlet's soliloquies, a reader, the audience, can find some instructions from Hamlet to himself. Let's continue talking about religion, honor, and revenge. Revenge is the first motivation for Hamlet's anger and madness. So one of the important motives for Hamlet's anger and madness is revenge. Religion forbids revenge, but human instinct wants it. Hamlet desires revenge for his father's murder. He has the chance to kill Claudius when he finds him praying. But the prince hesitates. He didn't do that because he fears that if Claudius dies when praying, of course, he may go to heaven. That's why he decides or he hesitates not to kill him. So Hamlet wants Claudius to go to hell for his betrayal and deception. Because according to Hamlet, Claudius betrays his brother and his nephew, of course, Hamlet himself, and deceives almost everybody. So what does it mean, the word betrayal? Simply giving information about somebody or someone to an enemy, for example. While deception means making somebody believe that something is not true or maybe true. Conduct is determined by religion and aristocracy. So what shapes conduct, attitude, behavior is the religious status or aristocracy. Classes. As Hamlet begins to pursue revenge against Claudius, he discovers that the codes of conduct themselves do not fit together. In other words, when Hamlet wants to follow that kind of instinct for taking revenge against his own uncle, he finds out that these rules, these codes of conduct, attitude, do not fit together. In other words, they are contradictory. So, religion opposes revenge, opposes against. Religion is against revenge, as we have already said, forbids. Taking revenge could endanger Hamlet's own soul. Endanger simply means to do some harm or damage. In such a world, Hamlet suggests, to state something indirectly, that the reasons for revenge become muddy. Muddy is unclear, just like water full of mud. You can't see through. And finally, the idea of justice confused. So according to Hamlet, he cannot be just. Justice is not so clear. Let's move to another theme, which is a very important theme. Appearance or appearances versus reality. In Act 1, Scene 2, specifically, in Hamlet, of course, the play, Gertrude, Hamlet's mother, asks why Hamlet is still in mourning. Mourning means so sad because of his father's death. 2 months after his father's died. I am quoting here. Why seems it so particular with thee? Gertrude is addressing Hamlet. Seems, madam? Nay, it is. I know not seems, Hamlet responds. So the difference between the word seems, which means appearance, and is, which means reality, is so crucial, so vital in Hamlet. So simply appearances versus reality can be reflected in these 2 words, the word seem and the word is. Let's continue talking about appearances versus reality. Every character is trying to figure out, to believe, to find out, to think that the other characters think, as opposed to what those characters are pretending to think. As if someone who is pretending to be so good, but in reality he is not. They use deception. We have already mentioned the word deception, to deceive somebody of their own, such as spying and plotting. So these are 2 elements to deceive somebody, to spy on somebody without his knowledge, or to plot against somebody without knowing. Hamlet not only considers other people, he also thinks about his own soul. He asks philosophical and religious questions about life and death. Because, again, according to him, life and death represent appearance versus reality. Hamlet's obsession with what is real has three main effects. What are these effects? What are these influences? Simply, the word obsession means to think deeply about reality, about real things. So again, what are these effects? Number one, Hamlet becomes so caught up, surrounded, interrupted in the search for reality, to look for reality or real things, that he ceases to be able to act. So because of his search for reality, he becomes unable to act. He becomes so passive. Number two, in order to prove what is real and what is not, Hamlet himself must hide his reality behind an appearance of madness. So Hamlet was struggling to prove what is real and what is unreal. How? By hiding his own reality, being sane behind the appearance of madness, being insane. And the third one, the more closely Hamlet looks, the less real and coherent everything seems to be. The problematic issue to Hamlet when he becomes so closer to things, they look unreal, incoherent, cannot be comprehended easily, which is a matter of contradiction and contrast at the same time. To sum it up, Hamlet focuses only on the first effect, which is Hamlet's indecisiveness, inability to do something, to take revenge. The second shows that the relationship between appearance and reality is indistinct. It means somebody cannot distinguish between appearance and reality. They are mixing up. The third one suggests that the world is founded on the fundamental contradictions. So life is full of contradictions. The final point, Hamlet's fatal flaw, is not that he is wrong to see uncertainty in everything, but that he is right. Finally, I would like to say thank you.